The trap that music professors fall into is they try to be, and not just music professors, but like people who work in the new contemporary classical music stage, like everything is modern. They fall into the trap of, oh, we got to go so far beyond the bounds of all expectations of what this musical instrument sounds like, what this orchestra can sound like. We got to expand the gamut. We got to cross those thresholds and cross those boundaries and make crazy sounds off of all these instruments. And what happens is, and if you listen for it, you're going to hear it often, they make the whole orchestra or the whole electronic piece monophonic, meaning all the orchestra is one instrument. It's not an orchestra of individual voices and parts. It's all one instrument. So if you do something on the violin that sounds really crazy and cool, you got to find the similarity, a similar sound and technique with the clarinet and with the trumpet. And professors fall into this trap all this time with new contemporary classical music. Is like, I gotta make the string quartet sound all the same. Like they all need to sound like the same instrument. It's like, well, you get the bass, and why not have the bass do something, maybe pluck, while the like two other parts do another thing, and another part does another thing. You can have three things going on with a string quartet. Or with the orchestra, it's like, rather than having like 68 unique pieces and voices for the orchestra, all these contemporary classical music people, they want to make the orchestra sound like one instrument all the time. All the time. So meaning, like, if the orchestra is doing one, if there's all the instruments are doing the same gesture, they're going to morph into a different gesture, and they're going to morph into a different sound, and they're going to morph into a different idea. But it's all going to be the same instruments doing, like the violin doing what the piano's doing and stuff like that. And it gets so monophonic. It's monophony. It's not even homophony. It's monophony, like one singular voice. That's the trouble with the electronic music composers and orchestra music composers, is like they don't know how to work with variance. No matter how much they say, oh, we're so sonically diverse. It's like, no, you don't know how to work with space. You don't know how to work with a breath. You don't know how to work with negative space. You don't know how to work with polyphony anymore. Polyphony was the one thing you had to do. You had to learn as a composition student. And now you're telling me like the orchestra has to be doing the same thing all the time. It's like, no.